I want to present on this video three beautiful machines from Onkyo Integra. Here we'll have the amplifier, here we'll have the compact disc, and here we'll have the tuner. So all of them, they are with exterior finished with polar silver, how they call the guys from Onkyo. Yeah? So this is a kind of aluminum, but the finish is polar silver. Same machines, they were built also in the black color, on the black finish on the front, but it's same aluminum support. Yeah. So here is, like I said, is the power amplifier. I want to show you all the buttons, what they are doing, and on the other side we'll discuss about the connections. Same we will do also for compact disc player and also for the tuner. About power amplifier, so it's an integrated stereo amplifier R1, how they are calling this, and the model is A8870. So it's similar with A809. So they are same machines. So how you see here on the front, we'll have a power on-off button, also a standby LED and the power LED. Here it's the input selector. Behind of this selector you'll have a normal switch, but this switch he is sending the command for a servo motor. So that servo motor, he is changing the input selector. Usually it's a kind of problems, or you'll have a lot of problems with this selector. So you have to clean this selector which is behind here. You have to clean the contacts, mechanical contacts, and after that you have to take out the motorized selector and clean also there the contacts. Here you'll have the volume with the attenuation in dB. Here you'll have the source, direct, tone, tape 1, tape 2. This is the monitor, direct and rec, so you see it's changing. So now it's direct, so you are bypassing the tones. When you'll put on the tone, you'll have the tone controls, yeah, like you see here. So now on input of this amplifier, we'll have the compact disc player with free music from YouTube. After that, you'll have here the rec. So rec, it will change when you will change the rec selector, which is here. So you'll have source, off, dot, tape 1 and 2, tape 1, dot, and tape 2. So here is the loop, how is going on the tape cassettes, the sound. You know, this feature, it was used before when persons they are using the tape decks or reel-to-reel machines. Here we'll have the cartridge for phono. We'll have magnetic coil and moving magnet. Here we'll have the mode, stereo and mono. Here we'll have the subsonic on and off. Here is the attenuator off and minus 20 dB, muting LED, balance left and right, treble, defeat, and high cut when it's on minus position. Here is the bass, and both of them they are composed the direct tone. After that, headphones connection, and here is the servo operation LED, and here we will have the speakers off, A, B, and AB. Now I have connected here two Yamaha speakers. I will show you in a moment also the speakers connected. These two bigs which are here are from JBL Venue series. This on top are JBL also, and on the top of these two we have these speakers which you hear now. So like I said, here is the standby and here is the sensor for the remote control. So for this amplifier you can use RC207S remote control, and you can control these features. I mean, you can control the input selector and the volume, because the rest are mechanical, yeah. So, and the volume it's also motorized. So this is the reason why they made this selector in this way, because in this way you can choose inputs by remote control because it's motorized. What I can tell you about this, so I said this is the model A8870, so it's the biggest from his series. The other three are 8150, 8830, and 8820. So are four, and they are making this beautiful series from Onkyo Integra amplifiers R1. Yeah. So about remote control I told you. About the power, so this amplifier, he can deliver 105 RMS watts in 8 ohms, both channels in the same time. but this one, when I made the test for this one, it was delivering around 120 watts, yeah. But okay, everything is turning around distortions. So this power which I measured until I reached the clipping point, until the sine wave started to be square on top, until it was cut, yeah, it was clipped. Okay, so what's more, this one is similar, like I said, with A809, and the weight is not so light. It's from my point of view, for this power it's a little bit heavier than others, but okay, also the body, it's really strong build, and it's delivering, sorry, because I just shake the table, was skip the compact disc. About the weight, it's 16.7 kilograms, so it's really nice build. So I will change the angle of camera and we will focus a little bit on compact disc player. So like I said, this compact disc player, it's DX6870, it's stated here. Also is the biggest one from his series. It's and this line, it was built between 91 and 96. This was the year of manufacturing. And this one, the weight of this one, it's 8 kilograms. On the front you'll have also here it's stated compact display R1. You'll have power on off button and the remote IR sensor, headphones connection. Here you'll have an adjustable output, and also you'll have optical output behind, and also a fixed output. Here you'll have, and I like this feature, you'll have the display. So you'll have the dim, now it's dim, here is normal, and here it's off. You know, it's nice to keep on or off time to time, because you know, this kind of VFD displays, they have a lifetime, yeah. So if you don't want to see the display, you can go on dim, and even more, you can go on off. After that, you'll have here the linear motor tracking mechanism. You know, this is, instead to have electrical motor to move the optical block, here you'll have a permanent magnets and coils, and this optical block is going back and forth on the magnetic field, which is really nice. Here is the open close button. Here you'll have the memory and the times, stop, pause, play, fast forward and fast reverse, down and up. You'll skip the songs, yeah. And here you'll have the numbers of the songs, yeah. So this is the front. Like I said, on the end, after we'll discuss also about the tuner, I will show you exactly the connections, how they are behind, and we'll discuss about all of them, how many and where they are. So now let's focus on the tuner, the upper one. So here you'll have the tuner. The model is T4970. It's also a beautiful tuner. It's the last one on his series, it's the toppest one. So here you'll have the remote sensor, power on off button, and here you'll have the RF mode, IF band, high blend and mod, yeah, and you'll have also the buttons here. Like you see, you will see the frequency, and also you'll have the name of the station. So that means he is using a radio data system, yeah. You'll have here all the features for this one. You'll have also an input keyboard with letters and different display. You see, you can change here, and you will see also the memory and input for all of this. You have a signal strength according with your antenna, RDS, stereo also, its indication there. So like you see, if I will change now, the stereo is disappearing, yeah. So everything what is here also is changing automatically, and you can play also manual. So this one is quartz, FM, stereo, AM, tuner, R1, also from Integra. So this one, it's also, how to call, built in same period, 1991 and 1995, and the weight for this one is 5.2 kilograms. Okay, so like you see, it's only one output, it's no any variable output from the front. So now we can go on the back and we'll see how I made the connection for this, and we'll discuss also one by one about all of them, how they are connected and how many inputs and outputs we have there. So we'll start also from top to down, so we'll continue with tuner. You'll have here antenna section, AM loop, and here you'll have an FM A or B antenna. So this is nice feature. You will not see every day this kind of inputs. So maybe you'll have an interior antenna and maybe you'll have an exterior antenna. Or if you are living in a big flat or big house, you can have antennas on each side of the house. Yeah, one is on north and one is on the south, or doesn't matter. So you can put how you want. So you can choose between two antennas. You'll have switch on the front. Here you'll have the details for this unit. So Onkyo, FM stereo, model, rating, the power, consumption 23 watts, and of course it's made in Japan. Like you know already. Here we will have the remote control. You'll have two 3.5mm jacks, and here is the output, yeah? And I have the cables connected here. And you know exactly how I made these cables, because are a few videos on this channel about this type of connections, RCAs and cables. So now let's go down for the compact disc player. Okay, about the compact disc player, it's simple. You see here is the output. We will have a fixed output, so the highest volume you will have here. After that you have variable output, so here I make the connections with these two RCAs. And this variable, that means you can change the volume, the amplitude from the front of this compact disc player. Here you'll have the optical connection. So you see, I remove the cap, and you can see also the red light inside. So that means now if you'll connect a optical cable between this compact disc player and the power amplifier, which is using also optical input, you can have a digital connection between both of them, which is really nice. You will see here, like for the tuner, 3.5mm jacks for connection. And what I forget to mention, on the top you'll have the wire connection, the power supply connection, and the power supply connection also for the compact disc player. Both of them, they are connected on the output outlets of power amplifier. I will show you in a moment. About the compact disc player, it's stated here the model and also the consumption, 21 watts. So you see, this compact disc player have less consumption than the tuner. If you know why, please let down on the description, on the comments. Thank you so much. So now we can go on the amplifier, because on the amplifier we have to talk a little bit more. Okay, so we are on the back. Yeah, so we will start with the right side. Yeah, because here is the right side of this power amplifier from Onkyo. So on the right side we have like that. We have tape 2, rec and play. Tape 1, rec and play. Why we have two of them? Because on one the signal is going to the deck, and on the other pair it's coming the signal from the deck. After that we have digital audio input and output. Yeah, maybe you'll have a DAT. What means DAT? It's a digital audio player. Yeah, also it's play and rec. After that you'll have a CD input. So you see the color of these cables, they are going on the top. It's coming out the signal from compact disc player and is going here inside on the back of power amplifier. After that you'll have auxiliary 1 and auxiliary 2 RCA connectors. Yeah, they are there. So you can have a connection for, I don't know, for your phone, for your Bluetooth, for, I don't know, different things, computer. It's up to you. After that you'll have the tuner input here, so the cables are coming out from the tuner. So you'll see here these two, they are coming here. After that you'll have a ground point here, a screw with protection on the top for better finger grab. Here you'll use this wire in connection with turntable. Why? Because on the turntable, you know, the amplification is very high from the cartridge. You need to ground on the same point amplifier and the turntable. So here you'll connect that small wire which is coming out from your turntable back. Yeah, so the ground point. After that you'll have here two RCA connectors which belongs to the phono output of your turntable. So more or less this is about connection plus remote control connections, 3.5mm jacks. After that you saw this amplifier, he is using two outputs for speakers. So you can use two sets of speakers. Yeah, here it's A and here is B. About the details of the speakers, I will show you in a moment. It's stated clear here. A or B, 4 ohms minimum speaker, yeah? So you can connect a pair of 4 ohms on each output, but you have to play A or B. So now you saw I am playing only A because my speakers are 8 ohms or 4 ohms, doesn't matter. But if you want to play A plus B, that means you have to use 8 ohms minimum. Why? Because when you have A plus B, your speakers, they will be connected in parallel. So that means the power transistors which are inside of this amplifier, they will see a resistance lower than 4 ohms when both 8 ohms resistance of the speakers, they are 8 ohms, yeah? So this is the reason why they suggest you to not put less than 8 when you are running with A plus B, because the equivalent resistance, it will be less than 4. So this is the idea. If you use two pairs of speakers on 4 ohms for A plus B, that means the resistance equivalent, it will be less than 2 ohms. So pay attention, because you can destroy your amplifier. After that, we will have the power input here, and this one is going on the wall power socket. And for this amplifier we have, if you see here, it's written switched total 100 watts maximum AC outlets. So that means these two outlets here, I connect on this one, I connect the compact display, and on this one I connect the tuner. So every time when I press the on-off button for the power amplifier, I will energize or I will shut off CD player and the tuner, yeah, because this is how it's stated here. So it's not necessary to connect on the output walls your compact disc player and the tuner, because you'll have the outlet here, so you can play with only one push button. You'll start both machines. So I will show you. Let's see how it's going with this. So the idea is like that. You can turn on and off individually all the devices, yeah, because now both of them, they are receiving the signal from the power amplifier. But in the same time, you can switch all of them by pressing this button, because both of them, they are connected on the power amplifier outputs mains, yeah, and that too, they are switched. You'll have some amplifiers, or mostly of them, they have power outputs, but you have to check behind, because some of them, they are switched, some of them, they are unswitched. So you have to pay attention, because now all the load here, it's connected behind the power supply relay, yeah, because here it's a relay, and that connection is made by that relay. So all the power drawn by these two devices should be less than 100 watts, yeah, and it is, because you saw both of them, they have around 50 watts, both of them, yeah, each it will be around 20 something. So this is about this type of connection. What I want to be focus about this servo. I will reduce the volume and try to pay attention when I will change the input selector, what you'll hear. You can hear some relays, but you cannot hear the relay. So why is going here? Every time when I'm changing the position of the input selector, this amplifier, he is going on muting. So why? Because they think when you will change the source, to not hear the transition between both sources, yeah. So this is the reason why he is disconnected. He is disconnecting the outputs relay, the protection relay, let's say. And so immediately after I will change the position from compact disc to auxiliary, in the same moment he is giving two signals. One signal is going to the protection relay, and the other signal is going to the motor to change the position of this selector. So guys, this is about this. It's a beautiful line. I told you, it was built in two colors. this silver color and of course the black color. So if you have questions or if you have some inputs about this kind of videos, or for future videos or from previous videos, if you have some ideas, don't hesitate to let down. I don't know if it's interesting now to open all of them to show this, because there are a lot of pictures on the internet. So from my point of view, they are real well built, at least the power amplifier. It's really well built. Also compact disc player, is nice built, but it's giving you some troubleshoot with the optical block. Also you'll have some problems with the selector input of on power amplifier, but at least this one you can fix very fast. Yeah, it's friendly for service, this amplifier. About the compact disc, it's comme ci comme ça, because the optical block it's giving some pain in the ass situations. About the tuner, it's just a tuner, and you have to pay attention for the capacitors, for the high temperature of these voltage regulators. But if you'll do a proper maintenance after all these years, you will keep your machines alive for a long time from now. So guys, thank you for your time, stay tuned, and we'll see each other on the next video. And all the time I'm looking to your comments and suggestions, of course. So guys, cheers, stay tuned, more videos, they will come. So we'll keep in touch here on the YouTube channel. Thank you guys, see you, all the best, bye bye.